happened in Britain in the space of 1 week, and which, when seen together, reflect just how rapidly I think our country is coming undone. First, Conservative MP Robert Jenrick was revealed to have described a neighbourhood in the city of Birmingham as one of the worst integrated areas I've ever been to. And he was not wrong to say this. As I pointed out months ago, there are many areas in Birmingham, our second city, where local people do not speak English, do not contribute to the economy, and openly reject an English and British identity. Yet Jenrick's comments still sparks a total meltdown among a pro-diversity ruling class that is much more interested in virtue signalling than engaging with the actual evidence. Then yesterday, only a week later, police in Birmingham, supported by local independent Muslim MPs, decided to ban travelling Jewish football fans from visiting Birmingham to watch their team, Maccabi Tel Aviv FC, play Aston Villa. In other words, let me be clear, Jews are not welcome in Britain. British police are openly acknowledging that they cannot keep Jews safe. And Birmingham, our second city, has effectively become a no-go zone for Jews. On the surface, of course, the ruling class will deny all of this. The official line is that Maccabi Tel Aviv fans have previously been associated with violence and hooliganism elsewhere, notably in the Netherlands, where a football match descended afterwards into violence. But in reality, everybody who knows anything about Britain knows that this is about something else. This is about something much darker. What I think we're witnessing in our second city is yet another symbol of the ongoing rise of Muslim sectarianism in British politics, a sectarianism that is being enabled, let's be honest, by hapless two-tier policing that openly sides with one minority group over another, usually in the name of preventing community tensions. This is, after all, the same city that only recently said it was unable to take down Palestinian flags while removing English ones, and where local Muslim MPs have appeared more interested in opening a new airport in Pakistan than working to improve their local council in Birmingham. Now, a petition co-signed by Jeremy Corbyn and a local independent Muslim MP, meanwhile, made it clear that local politicians see the ban as being necessary because of what they call the ongoing genocide in Gaza, and claiming that Israeli teams cannot be separated from the wider political context. Another Muslim MP talks about stopping Zionists. What all of this represents is an ugly sectarianism that is now rapidly mainstreaming anti-Semitism in our country, openly reshaping British politics along religious lines, and leaving us in the absurd position of being asked to believe that Britain, a country with a long tradition of football hooliganism, cannot keep a few Jewish football fans safe in our own second city. It is absolutely absurd. So too is the response from Labour Prime Minister Keir Starmer, who last night said he's shocked by what he calls a wrong decision, and he's reportedly ordered 3 ministers to find a way of reversing the ban. But according to the Telegraph tonight, Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood was warned that the ban was a possibility as early as last week. Labour knew this was coming. The Home Office denies this, insisting that Mahmood only found out last night. But what we're witnessing, regardless, is exactly what Keir Starmer and his two-tier Labour Party have enabled for years. An ugly, divisive sectarianism that is creating what we now see around us. Jews being treated like second-class citizens. And all while Keir Starmer and his Labour cronies deny there is even such a thing as two-tier Britain, a place where some minorities are now very clearly being favoured and prioritised by politicians and police over other minority groups. This is what happens when the cultural class in this country, the BBC class you might say, spends decades insisting that multiculturalism is a success, that diversity is our strength, all while allowing these dark sectarian forces to take root and spread like a highly aggressive cancer. Britain should be a country where Jews are free to travel anywhere and everywhere they like. Now that would be the kind of society, I think, that many of our woke columnists would have you believe we're already living in, where diversity is a success and where integration is working, where immigration has made us stronger. But we are very clearly not living in that country, are we? Thanks to the failed policies of the last 30 years, the policies of mass migration, broken borders, and two-tier multiculturalism, which promotes some minorities over others, we are now having to live in a country where our second city, which also happens to be one of our most diverse, has effectively become a no-go zone for Jews. And that is a complete and utter disgrace. Well, to debate this,